skies alight with air defences around the Russian-held, heavily defended town of Snihirivka, just 3 miles south of here. It's the gateway to the big prize, the city of Kherson, where Russia is already evacuating civilians and low on supplies. They say that the shelling has been noticeably less over the past month and a half, probably because of the damage done to supply lines the Russians need to bring munitions towards the front here. Radio chatter they've intercepted between Russians here is of ammo running out and conscripts fleeing.
Тих, що зараз прислали мобілізованих, вони називають гуманітаркою. Кажуть, нам не треба цієї гуманітарки.
In 3 days, moving around the front lines here, it's clear Ukraine's movement forwards has met a hardened Russian defense, even if they are low on ammo. On this tree line to Snihirivka's west, the Russian paratroopers are under a mile away.
Добре підготовлені, часто тут кидають. От вчора обстрілювали чуть-чуть далі, там ту посадку буквально метрів 200, кинули більше 15 кабачків.
New trenches are being dug and camouflage laid out. Nature is about to turn on both sides equally. So obviously in the winter, the cover of the trees will be gone, and so there's a race here to prepare new positions so they can't be seen by Russian drones in the winter. A mix of the oldest type of warfare and oven-heating bunk beds underground here. Place for their rifles. This for 5 people. This is where they're going to be during the winter if they're still here. And the newest. This is an antenna for Starlink. Billionaire Elon Musk's satellite internet service sending a live stream of drone footage of the artillery battle here.
Працює артилерія на наших позиціях, тобто я пробую її знайти.
This is where that signal is sent.
Зараз ми пусти побачили якісь незрозумілі.
Meet Fugas, his nickname, a farmer turned drone warfare commander. And then the lethal impact of a billionaire's internet service and store-bought drones. A hit on a Russian vehicle. The black smoke under the mouse cursor. They show us video of several impacts that day. They know they will be hit back.
Не цінують життя людини, і їм байдуже життя їхнього солдата, на відміну від нас. Але в той самий час вони також постійно проводять там різного типу розвідку.
In the villages out east in Kherson, we see how fierce the fight for each village has been. Ukraine is slowly moving forwards, but every farm is a slog, smoke crawling over every hill. One of Russia's largest bombs hit here. Nothing left to come back for if you once lived in these homes. It is as if this wasteland is telling the Kremlin it's time to leave, but they think there's more damage left to do before the inevitable happens. Now, be in no doubt, Ukraine continues to move forwards around the areas of Kherson, despite them facing a very dug-in, very determined Russian military, and also be in no doubt that Starlink, Elon Musk's internet service, is utterly vital for what they do and has experienced no real problems. Most of the places we've seen over the last month have had a very successful service for the last month or so. Vladimir Putin in Kazakhstan today, well, striking an interesting tone, at times talking about the need for goodwill to solve international conflicts, saying he had no real regrets over the last week's worth of heavy bombardment of Ukraine, not saying it was about to happen again, and again threatening that a confrontation with NATO would be a global catastrophe. Signs, though, that Putin is looking perhaps towards diplomacy. We're not quite sure why. No one in the West or Ukraine trusts him on that front, but it is certainly, again, a sign that Russia is not in a position of strength. Wolf?
Good point. Nick Payton-Walsh on the scene for us, as he always is. Stay safe over there. Thank you very much. Let's discuss all of this and more with the former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, William Taylor. Ambassador, thanks so much for joining us. As you know, pro-Russian officials say they're evacuating civilians from occupied territory in Kherson ahead of the Ukrainian counteroffensive. Ukraine says this is more like a deportation than an evacuation. Do you agree with the Ukrainian assessment?
Want to promote your tracks on Spotify for free?